The fire was reported around 3 o'clock Tuesday afternoon as a possible structure fire. Heavy black smoke came billowing into the air, shooting flames up to 30 feet high. Smoke could be seen for miles as residents who live in the Springs Equine area of St. George became concerned.
We live in the neighborhood, we have horses, and so my son came down and he sends me a video of, "Hey Mom, there's smoke behind the barn." And then all of a sudden we heard all the fire sirens, so I grabbed my daughter, let everybody know who has horses. We came down, moved the horses, and it was under control. The fire department looked like they had it, no big deal. And then literally within seconds, it just started coming, and it is moving against the wind.
Residents watched from a distance as fire crews and first responders arrived on the scene minutes later. While no homes were involved, the large fire was burning in heavy brush along the Virgin River. And as the wind shifted, so did the fire.
We had some heavy winds at the time. We had several directions of the fire. The wind did shift 3 or 4 times throughout the fire, pushing it to the north, pushing it to the south, and then back to the north again. We have multiple agencies from several municipalities in Washington County, along with several state and federal resources here on scene with us. We also have a couple private contractors that have helped us out with some loaders, bulldozers, and water tenders.
Onlookers living nearby came to see what this fire was all about and how close it was coming to their neighbors living below.
We live up in Stone Cliff, and from my balcony we could see the fire burning behind the horse barn over there, and then it just kept moving south and south and south, and then I thought I wanted to come down here and take a look at what was going on. The flames looked like they were 30 or 40 feet high.
Fire crews hit the flames from all directions with ladder trucks and fire hoses, but the shifting winds continued to push the fire back.
The minute you think that they've got a handle on it, a whole new just engulfing of the fire takes place, and a little bit of concern happens as you watch them fighting so hard, and then a new section just lights up.
Crews with brush trucks and volunteers with bulldozers and excavators also worked together to knock down the wind-driven flames. People watching the crews were happy to see so much manpower on the scene so quickly.
I was impressed at the response from the fire department and from the police, and it was really neat to see all of the bulldozers and equipment getting down by the river and clearing. That's something I've never witnessed before. So.
Police blocked off roads to keep others out as the fire chief directed a backburn to help the fire burn back on itself to help put it out.
Take place on the north side of the fire within the next 2 to 3 minutes. So if we see some smoke come up and flames, that's the Division Echo doing some backburns. And then we're doing some backburns. At this point, we have some other areas inside the fire, the black area that have old vehicles, trash, things like that we're letting burn off. Rather than trying to put crews in there to suppress that, we're actually letting those areas burn off.
While it's unknown how many acres the fire burned, the types of trees and brush is what caused the thick black smoke.
A lot of that is just the tamarisk and the water vegetation, cattails, and those things that are in that river bottom, along with a lot of dead wood, a lot of debris that have built up over the years. But generally that black, really dark black smoke is coming off those tamarisk bushes.
There's dead, unmanaged area that I would say back there, and I mean it's a lot of land to keep manage of, an acre or two, whatever they have. So it was very quickly taken up in flames.
Residents say they knew of a controlled burn in the area, but the cause of this fire is still under investigation.
It sounds like it was a controlled weed burn, and that got out of hand.
It's possibly a controlled burn that has been going on for the last several days. Like I say, so right now we're doing some interviews with several witnesses throughout the neighborhood and also the owners of the property in those areas to see what it was. We have several witnesses that pinpoint the origin of the fire. We're trying to find witnesses and interview them, see if anybody has any footage, those things that were in the area and saw the fire start, so we can kind of see just where it did start.
Chief Stoker said while this is open burning season, those wanting to do so must have a permit and must follow the rules in the event weather conditions change, or they could be liable for the costs.
At that point, we will turn that over to our legal department, and if it is deemed that they were at fault, then yes, we will look at that individual for the suppression cost for this fire.
Fire crews will remain at the site to make sure the fire is completely out before they leave. In St. George, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.